Fred Schmidt, the IYR, which is the exchange traded fund which tracks REITs, real estate properties, it popped 2% when the Fed left rates unchanged last week. So can you tell me the connection between the Fed and commercial real estate?
Well, obviously, real estate is somewhat interest rate sensitive, and so the REIT indexes were reflecting the Fed's anticipated increase in interest. And I think it's baked in the numbers to some extent, Greg. So the numbers have gone up this week, and returns on REITs, they pay dividends. 90% of their income is paid in the form of a dividend. So it's a good investment play for the average investor that's out there, and it's a good long-term play. So I think the interest rates are somewhat baked into the numbers, and so for a long-term investor, no matter where you get in, it's a good play overall.
Can you give me your view of the commercial real estate market right now? Are rents going up? Are they going down? One would think they're going up with an improving economy.
They really are, and it's very simple. Supply is gradually decreasing, demand is gradually increasing, and therefore you have stabilization of rents across the board, and that's really what we're seeing. Each sector is impacted a little differently, so the two darlings of the group are multifamily and industrial. They're doing very well overall. Office and retail are a little more challenged. Office in the suburbs, the CBDs are doing, central business districts are doing well, and retail is going through some challenges in the middle part. The high end is doing very well, the Class A malls and the low end discounters, but the middle part is the challenges in the retail sector overall.
All right, let's talk a little bit more about retail. Coldwell Banker recently did a survey when it comes to retailers, and you found that shoppers, they really like same-day delivery. So what does this mean for the retailers out there? Does it mean more warehouses?
It does, and what we're looking at, the purpose of the question that we asked was same-day delivery was something we saw on the horizon last year, and it's e-commerce is coming into the equation here overall, and so shoppers are expecting same-day delivery, and it's really what we call the omni-channel approach. It's the battle of the supply chains, and so to your earlier point about retailers going into smaller square footages and then distribution nodes to supply that is what's happening overall, and that is addressing that need by particularly millennials looking for same-day delivery.
And millennials also like to use phones as their wallets, or so-called mobile wallets. So what does this mean for retailers? Are they going to have to change the makeups, the layouts of their stores to accommodate that?
I think they will, and it remains to be seen on how that will occur. An Apple store is a good example where you go in, they don't have a kiosk or checkout counters per se, you just buy your product there. So the reconfiguration of the space will occur. Of course, there's security concerns and those items that have to be addressed overall, but that's evolving. And so part of this survey is to anticipate the trends and help our clients and help our agents to help our clients in terms of how space is configured and what that means from the client's perspective.
And then what about the mall? We keep hearing about the death of the mall. You have all these anchor stores in trouble, whether it be JCPenney or Sears. So can you talk about the impact on the mall business, which is not growing? It's just probably declining.
Specifically, there's different classes of malls. The Class A malls, as I said before, the real high-end malls are doing very well, and the discounters are doing well. What you just described with the anchored Sears, JCPenney are the ones that are suffering, and this survey kind of bears that out also, where you're looking for that live, work, play experience, and so it's moving from the B&C mall to Main Street, if you will, and we think that transition is starting to occur.
And when you say Main Street, you're talking about strip malls. So are you talking about strip malls?
No, I'm actually talking about downtown locations or mixed-use development type locations where you have the town center, if you will. So that town center concept, and again, that live, work, play experience, particularly with the millennial generation, is something that they're looking for. And so that's a transition that's occurring and will continue to occur.
And then finally, what about strip malls? I keep hearing that a strip mall is not going to survive unless you have a grocery store or a dry cleaners or something where you got to go back to every day.
Grocery-anchored shopping centers are doing the best in the retail investment arena overall, so it bears that out. And so you have all the amenities and things that you need for your day-to-day services, and so that'll continue. If you have that type of product mix, that will continue to have that.
All right, well, thanks a lot for coming, Fred.
Greg, my pleasure.
Thank you for watching The Street.